Hey y'all, it's Stacy with Wilshire Collections. I'm ready to hop into spring with you guys for the spring Jingle Mingle event. I'm so excited for my little segment and to get crafty with you guys to make this cutie here. So y'all come on in, tell me hello. We're gonna make sure that we get it shared into the Jingle Mingle group and that we're good and we're all the places and all the things are working as they should. Let's see. Here I am on the page. Hello, friends. Come on in and tell me hey. And I would love to know where you're watching from because I have a feeling we're going to have some newbies that are watching too. So if you're also a newbie, be sure you say, I'm a newbie, so we can say hello and welcome you. And by newbie, that means you're like, who is this girl? Never seen her before. What's this going to be all about? So, hey, Lori. Hey, Barb. Y'all come on in. I am very excited to be here and be it. Y'all, words are so hard. Be here and being crafty, y'all. We're getting crafty today. Hey, April. Hello. Y'all come on in. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me if you're new. Also, tell me if you are crafting along with me today or if you're just watching and you're going to craft later. If you don't know, well, first of all, hi, my name is Stacy. I'm the owner of Wilshire Collections. I am decorating and DIY obsessed, so you'll find me doing one of those things on my page or shopping, which is my favorite sport. And I design pillow covers and printables and all kinds of things to just make your homes even more beautiful. So for this fun little Jingle and Mingle event, I designed a printable bundle, especially for this. Tons of you guys have already purchased it. If you have not, it's still available. You can still grab it. Once you see these cute projects and all the cute things you can do with this one bundle, you're going to want it. But this was printed out on cardstock paper. You can use regular printer paper, cardstock, fun specialty papers, all kinds of things. Hey, you guys, thank you. Thanks for saying hey. So this is one page of the bundle, these cute little bunnies. We got a pink polka dot background. We got an aqua polka dot background. We got these little bunnies. Thank you, Cheryl. And then this page also comes with the printable bundle, which is so cute. You can see back there, I just put that one in an 8x10 frame and it looks adorable. This one that's half cut up, but we made this cute little cube. I'll show you that a little closer here in a minute. Newbie from Tennessee. Awesome. You've never really crafted. Hey, there you go, Cindy. It's okay. You got to start somewhere. This will be a great project to start with because honestly, it's easy, but it's cute, and it's just gonna make the cutest little piece for spring, right? So that is the printable bundle that we are using today. When you purchase the printable bundle, it also comes with the full supply list. So if you got that, you should have gotten the full supply list. We are gonna be using this 6x12, right? Yeah, 6x12. I had a little moment and I'm like, wait, is it 9? No, it's 6. 6x12 wood panel board. So we're going to be using that. We're going to be using this 6.5 inch round circle. Mine came from Michael's. This came from Amazon. We're using a couple of these, thank you guys, a couple of these little wood spindles that I also got from Amazon. We're going to be using our tear ruler. If you guys joined me for Jingle and Mingle back in at Christmas time, we use this for the project there. So we're going to be using that. We're going to be using some Vaseline to do a fun little paint trick. We got paint, we got all the things. So let's get started. I am actually, so we have two versions of this, the pink polka dot background or the aqua. So y'all tell me in the comments which one is your favorite, pink or aqua. Pink or aqua. I'm going to go ahead and make the pink one live with you guys today, but I'm also going to show you how to do this paint technique for those that want to do that one. But let me get these set back here so they're kind of out of the way. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our pink, cute little pink paper, right, that we got. And we're going to go ahead and rip this to get it prepped for our board. And I'll tell you why we're doing it in this order here in a minute. Thank you guys. Thank you all so much. It feels so good to be back crafting and hanging out with you guys. And I'm feeling really good. So, okay. So we've got, this is just printed on a full size sheet of, words are still hard, printer paper, okay? I'm gonna take my little tearing ruler and I'm just gonna tear off, I'm not measuring, where's my water pen? There it is. Not really measuring, it doesn't matter because this is not the full size of the board anyways. And so we're not, we're not trying to do complete coverage. So I'm just gonna take off a little bit from the top and from the bottom. So I'm gonna put my little ruler up here, and you don't wanna do a ton. I mean, you wanna be able to use most of the paper, so just enough to kind of make that jagged edge. These little paper, and these paper tear things can be found on Amazon, and I feel like they are something I will definitely be using a lot with the printables, so definitely worth the little investment, and it comes in a package of, I don't even remember, 6 or 7. I mean, there's several of them in there with different types of edges and whatever. But I like this one because it's kind of smaller and whatnot. So, okay, so we got that tore there. So now I'm gonna flip it and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Just gonna take my little water pen. Yes, yep, if you are doing the aqua scrapbook paper, you're just gonna wanna do the same, or not scrapbook paper, printable that acts like a scrapbook paper. So if you wanna grab your aqua one, yes, you would just do the exact same thing, but with the aqua background. I know, Vanessa, these rulers are so cool. They really are, and I don't know where they've been all my life. I'm guessing this is not a new invention, but it's new to me, and I'm like, game changer. Hold on, I'm gonna cut a little piece off of there. Okay, so we've got our top and bottom shredded, okay? So now what I'm gonna be able to do is kind of lay this on my board, and y'all know, I'm not really a measurer. But what I'm doing is I'm gonna make a couple little marks because we're gonna paint the top and the bottom. There's no reason to paint the whole surface because you're not gonna see it. So we're just gonna paint the top and the bottom. So all I'm gonna do is just make myself a little mark under here, both places, just so I kind of know where to put my paint, okay? So I'm only gonna paint down below. I'm gonna use white. This is just Deco Art. Americana Snow is the color. Any white paint, any acrylic paint will work. I am definitely a Deco Art girl and use it a lot. So this is one of my favorite whites. So we're just gonna pour a little white paint out. Let me know too if any of you guys are new to printable crafting. Do we have any like total newbies who are like, I've never crafted with a printable before? I wanna know. Oh, that's all right, Kimberly. You can definitely do it whenever your supplies come in. You use the rulers back in your scrapbooking days. I mean, I used to scrapbook. I mean, I was never like hardcore scrapbooker, but I did back in the day. I had a scrapbook for my dog. And then when I had my first son, I did a scrapbook for him. Guess what happened when we had our second son? He does not have a scrapbook because then I was tired and I just stopped scrapbooking, bless his heart, but I never knew about him then either. So now obviously I'm going to have to do all of the sides, but for the top here, the top and bottom, we're just going to do these little strips where I kind of marked off so that we don't waste any paint or spend any time or energy doing anything we don't need to be doing, You never have, Cindy. Tina never has. You guys, printables are a whole new world. And they do come with a warning because a lot of people get obsessed, okay? A lot of people get literally obsessed with these printables, and it's not a bad thing to be obsessed with. I'm just warning you. So, Sue is a recent member of the Printable Club and the DC Club. Awesome, Sue. I'm so glad to have you. The nice thing about printables and the ones that I design them with crafting in mind, but I also design them with, hold on, I forgot to put on oh no, I didn't. Why did that come through? I designed them with crafting in mind, but also just printing and framing, right? Because sometimes we just need easy, quick wins, and These printables are gorgeous, just printed and framed too. But I offer a lot of different sizes and shapes and different things where you can get, my paintbrush is shedding. That makes me angry when that happens. Don't y'all hate when that happens? Let me get a baby wipe out of here. Y'all, words are hard. Thank you, Jill. I'm doing so much better. New, never done it, never used one before. All right, Sue, you're gonna have to give it a try. But if you're intimidated, by the crafting part, you can obviously just print them and frame them in 8x10 frames. Some of them come in 5x7s, 4x6s. Even the square sizes, you can get frames, in those sizes too. So there's lots and lots of possibilities. But from a crafting standpoint, listen, I do not consider myself some advanced crafter. I'm not over here Van Goghing it up, I can barely paint a stick person. So if I can do printable crafts, I promise you can, okay? Never used a printable. Oh my gosh. So many newbies. I love it. Cindy says, I love printables. Me too, girl. Me too. But, for real. Okay, those of you that do, okay, those of you that do use printables, tell the newbies if it's easy or not. And be honest, if you're like, no, girl, it's not easy, she's lying, then you can say that. But new to printables, but excited, awesome. Yes, I use cardstock more times than not, just because it's a thicker, nicer quality paper. You can use regular printer paper too, totally fine. It kind of, for me, just depends on, the project a little bit too. But either one is fine. You also, where's my heat gun? You also can definitely obsess with the printable club. So many printed and placed in. Oh, that's awesome. So good to hear. Yes, Sherry, the link for the printables, I know Lacey is on here. I forgot to say that. Lacey that works for me, you guys, is on here helping out today. So she should have the link to the printable club pinned. And then in the description of the video, I've got the printable club link and this hop into printable bundle. If you can use them, anyone can, Joyce says. Cher says, I feel dumb. What are printables? Okay, that's not a dumb question. Don't feel dumb. Printables are PDF files. Think of it as digital wall art, digital prints, digital whatever, okay? So when you either purchase from me, thank you, Lacey, for the link. When you either purchase printables off my site, or if you're in, I have a printable club, which I'll tell you guys about. If you're in the club and you get the printables, they are digital downloads. So they're just PDF files that you can either print from home or any place that, Siri, what are you doing? Why are you listening to me? Stop. I didn't click on you. Okay, sorry. Any place that makes copies will print them for you. So places like Staples, Office Depot, UPS store, you can literally use a cheapy deepy printer. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just any kind of colored inkjet type printer will work. You're not going to get as good of quality of prints. I got something in my, so easy to use printables. Thank you. You're not going to get as good of quality prints with a cheap printer, obviously, but it'll get the job done. If you want really, really nice, crisp, nice, bold colors, etc., consider getting them printed somewhere like Staples, UPS store, Office Depot, etc. I get a lot of mine printed at UPS store. It's very simple. You just, at my store, you just email them the file and say, hey, can I get a copy? Can I get a copy of this on cardstock, please, or whatever, and they'll do that, and I just go and pick it up. So it's very, very easy to do. Thank you, Nicole. Oh no, Cheryl, that's okay. Your time is now. Your time is now. Chris says, love the printable club. They're always cute. This month's are beautiful. Thank you. Yes, I'll have to show you guys this month's prints here in a minute. But anyway, so that's kind of what a printable is for whoever it was that asked about that. So hopefully that makes sense, but they're all a combination of like seasonal and everyday design. So if you're somebody that likes to decorate for the different seasons, but that gets expensive. It gets so expensive when you're, you know, shopping for all the seasons and reasons and whatever. This is a way for us to make cute, affordable decor for our homes. Like everything you see back here, everything behind me right now is a printable craft. You can make cute stuff for your home without breaking the bank, and then you feel good about it, and it's unique. And friends, we have to talk about, if you're a regular with me, you know, I'm struggling right now when I go shopping in the stores because I'm kind of like, what's happening? There's a lot of stuff that just is not my personal taste right now. So it's been hard. I'm putting one last little coat on this front part. I think that should do it. It's been hard for me to find cute stuff that I like. So I'm like, well, if I can't find it, I'm going to make it, you know, and I'm going to design it for you guys and design cute stuff that y'all can use to make for your home. So Linda says, new to the PC, DC, and pillow cover clubs. Looking forward to using many printables for decor. This month's printables are amazing. Thank you. Oh, you get yours printed at UPS and a new friendship there. Yeah, they know me at my UPS store. They see me coming. What do you do with the sides? Just cut to fit. Yes, we're going to get to that part, Deanna. Yep, we're going to be cutting the sides here in a minute, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to make it a little easier. So hang tight. We haven't done anything yet with the sides. Okay, hopefully this coat is going to do the trick on the front. Let me get this dry. Yeah, you can print on tissue paper, cardstock, mulberry paper, rice paper, canvas paper. I mean, there's a million fun papers you can print on too, but obviously regular printer paper, cardstock, etc. is just the easiest, you know, most standard, I guess you could say. So, oh, Paula, I know I don't have any of that in here with me though to show. I'll do another live about that soon. But those are kind of separate from the, you know, from the printables and whatever, but definitely a fun thing we've been doing. So Angel, you can email support at wilshirecollections.com, and Amanda will help you out. I'm feeling really good, Marcia. Thank you for asking. I feel really good. I turned a big old corner, so that's good. All right, this looks good, you guys. So we've got our top, bottom, and sides painted white. All right. So now, let me get my hands really wiped off good. Been with me since 2020, and it has revolutionized your crafting. Allows you to make things instead of, yes, Tracy, that makes me so happy. That literally makes me so happy. Thank you for telling me that. Okay. All right. So now we've already ripped our, you know, paper, top and bottom, right? So what you're going to do, yeah, we'll go ahead and do this step, and then we'll do our next thing. So, what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to go ahead and Mod Podge this down like it is instead of trying to cut it to size. Then I'll just cut off the excess and sand it. Okay. If you wanted to, you know, trim, you know, measure it, trim it, whatever, you totally could, but I'm just going to do it. I don't know if you want to call it the easy way, the lazy way. You're not going to offend me if you call it the lazy way, because you know what? Sometimes I am a lazy crafter. Like, I'm not trying to do extra work or do, you know, make my life harder than it needs to be. So, I do not, I've been here back at my house. Ooh, I almost threw that away for a year now. So Eva, where you been? Where you been? I'm glad you're here. Okay, so I always, yes, morning. Christy says, morning, printables are quite addicting. I always use, I apologize, this is backwards, matte Mod Podge. They make a glossy, they make what, if you like glossy, use glossy, but I prefer the matte, okay? I'm gonna use just a little foam brush, and we're just gonna go, actually, I'm going to run it this way, but we're going to go all over the whole board, even over the paint that we just did. It's fine. It's not going to mess that paint up or anything, but it's just easier just to kind of do the whole thing. So the key with our Mod Podge is not too much, not too little, just right, like Goldilocks, right? So you don't want to gloop it and glop it and, you know, have just mounds and mounds of the glue. But you obviously need enough to where you get full coverage, because this is what's going to make our printable stick to the wood, right? So we're gonna Get that on there. And then I'm just gonna kind of eyeball this to figure out where my top and bottom are. Okay, hold on, let me get this. And you've got a little time before you fully commit. If it makes you crazy that I don't measure, I'm very sorry. This is just who I am, and you're gonna have to love me anyways or don't. But this is how I roll over here, okay? So I'm gonna kind of use my hand to kind of smooth that down a little bit, make a little crease on my sides here. Okay, so now we got all this excess. I'm just gonna take my scissors, cut a little bit off each side, and then, okay, so now you've got it like that. Then you can take if you don't have a sander, just go ahead and cut yours exactly to size. But if you have a sander, I like to use these anyways, just to get a really clean, crisp edge on all my, printable projects. So I'm just gonna take this little, I call it my handy dandy sandy, but it's just a little hand sander thing. I have this linked in with the supply list. So if you guys have the supply list, you can get these at Amazon or any kind of hardware store or whatever will have these too. So, okay, so I just got my side real nice and clean. Here comes Sandy, Melissa said. I mean, Sandy's one of my best friends here in the craft room. Me and Sandy, we like to do some printable stuff up in here. So I use this thing all the time. Okay, how stinking cute is this already? I love the little ripped edges. So now we've got our base of the project done. What do you guys think? Isn't that so stinking cute? So now we're gonna move on to our round. We gotta cut out our bunnies, but let's go ahead and get the process started on this. So if you guys see, I did this fun little chippy technique on this wood round. And so, hey, Amy, thank you. So that's what we're gonna be doing. So your first step to get this chippy look, and don't let me forget, I gotta stain these too when I get this stain out. I'm gonna be using, wrong color, Deco Art Raw Umber, which is a brown, and I'm using this as me and Sandy are tight, right? Yeah, we go way back, me and Sandy. Using this as a stain, any brown paint will work, any kind of brown acrylic paint. You just wanna take your paint and then grab like a baby wipe. And if you put it on with a baby wipe, you can kind of rub it in and make it look stained instead of like a solid color paint. So the first step in this little chippy kind of finish is just to rub this stain on, or the paint, to make it look like a stain. Okay. The more you put on, obviously, the darker the color is going to be. And you're really not going to see this other than coming up through the paint. What grade of sandpaper? That's a good question, Nancy. When you buy these little sanders, they come with a ton of different grades. I usually just grab whatever is there, because for a printable, any of them will work to get that excess off. I do tend to lean more towards the ones that are a little bit more coarse, just because it's easier and quicker. But you can use any of them. So, all right, I'm just gonna kind of go over my edges a little bit. And then we're gonna go ahead and paint these little spindles. Come in, I can't remember if it was a 6-pack or a 12-pack, or I can't remember how many came in the package, but these little 5 and 5 3/4, I think. Do you iron the top after Mod Podging? You can if you get bubbles. I'll show you guys the iron thing here in a minute. I'm not seeing any bubbles on mine, but we can fake and pretend like we have bubbles, just so I can show you guys what to do if you have never seen that before. The wood piece is 6 by 12. The circle is 6.5 by 6.5. If you can't find 6.5, a 7-inch circle would work for this as well. So, but my board is from Amazon. This is from Michael's. Okay, so we have this stained. I'm gonna go ahead and stain these real quick so they can be drying, but I'm gonna do the same thing, and I'm just gonna take my baby white and just rub right over these little spindles. 10 spindles in a pack, thank you, I couldn't remember. Do I use decked edge ruler for paper? I don't know if it's called decked edge. I use the little, I call it a paper terror. I'll show it to you again in here in a minute. Okay. Get our little pieces stained. Okay, so we're just gonna let that dry for a minute. Set that over here. Get this one stained up. Oh, thank you, Lacey. Lacey is putting the link too in the comments, y'all. Lacey is on the ball in the comments with links and stuff. So she just dropped the links to the different supplies that I'm using today. So if you guys want to grab that, you can. I've got as much as I was able to link up, I've got linked up for you guys. So the spindles came from Amazon as well, and they are linked in that little roundup. So you guys can grab that link from Lacey and get your shopping on. Get you some supplies. And then the link for the printable bundle, if you still need that, is in the description of the video too. So you can get all the things. Okay, so we got this stained up too. All right, our hands are messy, and that's okay. It's part of it. No, I didn't burn my hand. I just noticed that. That's my self-tanner, y'all. Let's keep it real. I tried to self-tan my face last night, and clearly I did not wash my hand good afterwards. I did wash my hands, but clearly not good enough. I just noticed that myself. So real life here, baby, real life. It does kind of look like a burn, but no, I'm fine. Okay, so now we have, why does that look so much lighter than the other one? Hold on, I'm gonna add just a little bit more stain to this one. Like I didn't go quite as heavy on it as I did the other one. Have any of you guys used Vaseline before to create a chippy finish? Let me know, or let me know if this is gonna be a new, it's not new, I didn't invent it, so definitely not saying it's new, but is it new to you? Thank you, Darla, for the stars. Gloria, we're making these cute little spring projects back here. Y'all, my baby wipe is shedding today. These don't usually shed like this. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do next. Actually, yeah, no, we're gonna do, what time is it? We're doing so good. Okay, let's go ahead and let's proceed with this. Let me just dry it to make sure we're good. No, they're 5 inches, Sue, a little bit over 5 inches. They're linked in the roundup, unless they're sold out, I don't know. But the ones I got were 5. Vaseline and chapstick. Kathy says it's new to her. Terry says it's new. Okay, you guys are gonna like this. It's pretty cool. All right, make sure your stain or your paint or whatever. That's funny, Marcia, thank you. New to you, never tried it, always wanted to try it. Big Chicken, you know what? This is a great project, a great project to try it on because it's a small piece of wood. You can also practice on scrap wood first. Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of, I'm gonna put some stain on this real quick because I am gonna show you guys, if we have time, I'm gonna show you the other finish, the white one. I mean, it's the same process, you know, but let me just put some stain on here so it's ready. But that's what I was gonna say, is you could definitely practice on some scrap wood first if you're nervous about doing it on your actual, you know, project or whatever. Just get you some scrap pieces and you know, try it or whatever. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our printable Club Yvonne is $20 a month, and you get 6 printable bundles every single month. So, and the link is pinned right here. Would love to have you. Okay, we're gonna use Vaseline petroleum jelly, and when you put this down, it kind of acts as a barrier. So when we put our next next layer of paint, it's going to make it super, super easy to distress it and get that really chippy look. So I like to use what I call chip brushes or a cheap brush for this. Okay, so just these you can get on Amazon, get at Hobby Lobby, wherever. I just dip mine, this Vaseline is only used for crafting, okay? I dip mine right into the Vaseline, kind of dab off a little bit of the excess, and then there's really no rhyme or reason. You just kind of put it all over your board. Obviously, if you're only wanting certain parts, like if you only wanted your edges to distress, you would only put the Vaseline on your edges. But for this, I'm gonna go all over it. But because I'm using this chip brush, it's not like solidly covering the wood. It's leaving some spaces in between, which should be in the keyword, give us a really cool kind of, chippy kind of finish, okay? So now you've got that down, right? The little cube in the back is from Michaels. Y'all need a sip of my water. I'm talking a lot. Okay, so now you've got your Vaseline down. Now I'm gonna use Deco Art Green Lagoon, which is just a really pretty aqua color. If you can't find this exact color, it doesn't matter. Any aqua is gonna work. You don't even have to use aqua. You could use yellow, you could use purple, you could use any spring color, you could do white, just whatever you wanna do. But I'm gonna pour a little bit of this Green Lagoon out, and we're going to, I'm actually gonna use, I'll just use a regular. I'm just gonna use a regular little brush, and we're gonna go over this with our Green Lagoon, okay? It does not have to be total solid coverage. In fact, you're probably gonna notice in certain areas that the paint isn't really sticking because of that Vaseline, and that's okay, because we're gonna be distressing it even more. So just kind of go over it as best as you can. You wanna give it, a good coverage, but don't worry about every little nook and cranny being covered, if that makes sense. So, all right, let's keep going. And again, you're gonna feel that, you're gonna feel that Vaseline and that barrier, but that's good. That's what we want here. So get it nice and covered, and then we're gonna want it to dry before we take our sander to it. So you're not gonna see the full chippy effect until we take our sander to it. But I'm feeling pretty good about this coverage. So let me kind of show you where we're at. So you can already kind of tell that it's looking, distressed-ish, but it's gonna be even more so here soon. So I'm gonna set that to the side. We're gonna let that air dry for just a minute, and then I'll put the heat gun to it. We gotta cut out our little bunnies, so we're gonna do that. I think before I do that though, I also wanna show you guys, let me do this. Let me move this so I'm not setting anything in wet paint or whatever. Love this technique, good. Wait till you see it distressed. You're really gonna love it and want to do it for all the things. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys real quick the new printables that just came out in Printable Club 1st of March, because it's just now March and a new month. So every month I have a Printable Club, it's $20 a month. You get 6 printable bundles every month, which is a $42 value. If you were to purchase the 6 of these individually on my site, it would be $42. So Printable Club always gets early access to the designs. They get the best deal. They get lots of bonuses, lots of fun extras and whatever. It's a really, really great value. So all of these that I'm about to show you are in Printable Club. If you sign up now, you'll get instant access to them. You could be printing them this afternoon, getting crafty. So let me show you the different bundles. This is bundle 1, our cute little tulips and bunnies. And you can see how I have the different sizes on here, 3x3, 4x4, 6x6. So a lot of these smaller ones can be used for different crafting things that we do. But then I'll show you as we go on how some of them are full page, which can just be put in an 8x10 frame. So that one, so adorable. That's bundle 1. Bundle 2, where are my bird loving friends? This is bundle 2, our little kind of neutral birds. I'm telling everybody, I think I'm getting in my bird era. Like, I'm really starting to love all this bird stuff. I think it's a really cute thing to use for spring. It's something different than bunnies, right? So that's our bird bundle in the club. This one I'm obsessed with, and I got to show you something behind me that I made. Every month I have a pillow cover club as well. And so every month I design a pillow or design a printable that will coordinate with the pillow, which actually this Jingle Mingle printable bundle will also coordinate with the pillow. So you get 2 this month, but this one is so stinking cute. You can buy bundles on my website individually, Sandy. These that I'm showing you right now are not on my website because Printable Club gets access to them first for the first week or 2 of the month. So some of these will be going on my site individually, but not all of them. They get some exclusives too. So that's page 1, page 2, page 3, this cute little background. Page 4, it's ripped, but that's because I was messing with it. But let me show you what I made. Whoops, here it is. Who remembers Christmas Jingle and Mingle and the project that we did? I decided we need to be able to do that for other seasons too. So this bundle that I just showed you, I made this using an 11x14 frame, 11x14 print, the 8x10 print, and I used my little tear ruler, did the exact same thing we did at Christmas time. Is that not so stinking cute, you guys? I'm obsessed with this. So cute little, and I've got a video coming out tomorrow that has the step-by-step instructions on that one. So that's, I don't know what number I'm on. 1, 2, 3. Here, bundle number 4 are these cute Moroccan tiles. Y'all, that could just be framed. It could be used as a background. More Moroccan tiles. So stinking cute. Another background page is what we call them around here, backgrounds. And then this page with the tiles. I did some stuff with these the other day in my DC and it turned out so cute. Okay, the next 2, bundle 5 and 6 that I'm about to show you are the 2 exclusives in the club, which means that they're only in the Printable Club. They won't be on my site for up to a year. This is our exclusive mega floral bundle, okay? So this one is big, y'all. It's 6 pages. All of these are 5x7s, which means they could just be put into frames. So we've got our hydrangeas, our tulips, our wildflowers, our daisies and daffodils, our peonies or peonies, depending on how you want to say it, and our lilac, lavender, other purple flowers. So that is the floral mega bundle. That's kind of like a bonus this month because it's extra big. And then last but not least, the last exclusive. Yes, with the club, you get all of these for $20. And then each month, you get 6 more. So you get 6 every month at the beginning of the month, $20. You can make as many copies as you want. You can print 100 of these if you want. You can make crafts and sell your crafts using printables. You just can't sell the digital file itself. I know this is backwards, but this is our Easter scripture bundle. It's absolutely beautiful with sayings like He is risen, then sings my soul. I know who holds tomorrow. These are so pretty. In Christ alone, my hope is found. And then my favorite, worthy is the Lamb. So this one is exclusive to the club, which means it's not anywhere else. Only in the club. So if you guys are interested, would like to be part of Printable Club, we have not officially had the doors open since October for Printable Club. It is open. Anybody can sign up. The link is above. Lacey pinned it here. And y'all can, go check it out. I would love, love, love to have you, okay? All right, you guys, this is drying, but not totally dry. I'm gonna take my my heat gun to it. If y'all have any questions, please let me know. And please let me know which one is your favorite this month. I would love to know. You know, the weight of the paper does not really matter as much. 32 pound is one I have in my stash. I honestly don't know. These I printed at the UPS store, or they printed for me. I don't know what weight their cardstock is. It's a little thicker than mine. but anything will do. Anything will do. All of them are beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, I get cardstock from either Walmart or Amazon usually, and it works. It works great. So you're gonna see when you start putting heat to this too, that it starts getting a little chippier. Can y'all tell? If you join the club now, do you have access to past printables? Great question, Sandy. No, you only have access for this month's printables and then going forward, because we have 4 years worth of a library in there. So it's just not fair to give access to 4 years worth of stuff that people have been paying for 4 years. Well, gosh, it's been more than 4 years now, 4.5 years, I guess. But you do have the option, if once you're in the club, you could go back and purchase past months at a discounted price, but you only get access to this month and then going forward. Okay. Gosh, that area right there is still super wet. I can tell. Hold on. It's okay if it's a little wet, but it'll take off the paint more. So I'm going to try and get this a little bit more dry. Come on now. Come on now. All right. That's probably good enough. So now I'm going to go over this. I'm just going to use my same little sanding thing as before. Take my handy dandy sandy, and we're just going to rough this up. Let me hold this up to show you the difference. Hold on. In the top and bottom, so you can see. And I'm telling you, if you didn't have this Vaseline down, you would be like really, really trying to get it to do what you want. But with the Vaseline, it just makes it so easy. So you can tell the top, where it's really just taking that top layer of paint off, versus the bottom that did it a little bit naturally, but not all the way. And obviously the more heavy-handed you are, the more distressed it's gonna be. So that part I feel like is just kind of a, personal preference on how distressed and chippy you want it to look. I'm going around the edges. That looks so cute. And then I'll just kind of hit up a couple places that I want it to be a little bit more distressed than it is. That looks so cute. Okay, there we have it. Isn't that cute, y'all? So chippy and cute. I'm gonna wait on this one to make sure we have time, because we still need to cut out our little bunny here, printable, and that takes just a minute, just because we're kind of cutting around the bunny. So I'm gonna use, on that one I use these guys. Yeah, I think I'll do it different. So I'll do these little bunnies this time on this one. If you know me, you know I love a little bunny butt. Nothing cuter, nothing cuter. Hey, Christy, how are you? Yes, Terry, Lacey's here in the comments and she can give you the link to join. And Susan, no, there's no coupon code right now. We do have that mega bonus bundle. And I forgot to say, and I'm like pointing at you with my scissors. There are 2 bonus bundles inside the club. So you actually get 8 printable bundles, right? You get the 6 that I showed you and 2 extras, okay? So great value. It does look like rub and buff. Okay, y'all, I'm taking my small little scissors just because they make, I'm gonna hold on. First I'm gonna cut this just a little smaller to make the paper easier to handle. But these little scissors make cutting like this, oops, just a little bit easier. So we are going, and we don't always do this with our printables, but there are certain projects that I'm like, I just had the vision for this, and I'm like, okay, I want cute little bunnies, but I want to cut them out. So it almost looks like a stencil, or looks like, I don't know. It's just not going to look like a piece of paper at all by the time we're done with it. So I'm just taking my little scissors, getting as close as I can. I mean, you don't have to make your own lines, you don't have to be perfect and precise, but try not to leave a lot of that white border around, because you'll obviously see that. So if anything, cut just a little bit on the inside of these bunnies and you'll get a nice crisp look. Sorry, it's going to be kind of hard for me to see your comments and stuff for a minute because I have to concentrate here. What y'all think of that chippy paint finish? You gonna give it a try? Give it a try. I'm feeling great, Judy. I'm doing really good. Thank you for asking. Okay, we gotta go down here in between their little ears. So if you don't have a little pair of scissors for projects like this, which I think I got these off Amazon. Do these have a name, you guys? I feel like they do, but why is it escaping me right now? For this size style scissors, I don't know. But anyways, they do come in handy for these little projects like this. Hold on. It's easier sometimes to cut off the excess. There we go. I'm gonna come around this way. Paper snips, is that what they're called? Yeah, don't cut the bunny's ears off. That would be my luck. Oh my gosh. Well, good thing is, if I did cut the bunny's ears off, it's a printable. I could print another one, or I could just grab these other bunnies that I already have printed and use them instead. But that is the nice thing. If you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world because it's paper, right? You're gonna try the chippy paint look. Awesome. Cutter bees, is that what they're called? Cutter bees? I don't know, y'all. It could be. Probably another thing that I should have known from my scrapbooking days, but I don't remember, didn't know. But anyways, all right, we're almost there, you guys. Got a couple more ears and the side of this bunny, and then we'll be in good shape. Good shape. Thanks, Pam. Feels good to be back for sure. I've been easing myself back into things this week, but been doing good, really good. So, you know, I like my routine and I just like what I do, y'all. I missed you guys while I was out. So it just feels right to be back, you know? All right. Did we do it? Do we like it? Hold on. I got one little spot I want to give a little snip to. Cute. Okay. You're gonna try it. Awesome. Yeah, people call it fussy cutting. Yeah, I've heard that before too. Okay, so here is the little printable all cut out. How cute are those little butts? I'm sorry. If you don't like a bunny butt, I don't know if we could be friends. I just don't know if we could. I'm kidding. I'll love you anyways, but come on, people. This is cute. Okay. So obviously this is gonna be going down onto here. So our next step is to Mod Podge this on. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and do what we did earlier. We're going to Mod Podge this whole thing so we don't have to worry about, you could put the Mod Podge directly on the back of your paper. Oops, I just splattered Mod Podge on me, it's fine. But we're just gonna put it directly on this piece of wood. It's kind of sealing the wood too, which you don't really need, but it's fine. So we'll just get that, because you know, the Mod Podge dries clear, so you don't have to worry about any of that. And get that all down on there. And then now, yes, you could do a little cotton ball as their tail to kind of give it a 3D look. That would be so cute. So now I'm just gonna lay these guys right onto the wood. Use my finger, kind of get their little ears pressed down, get their little bodies on there. You guys, how stinking cute is that? Oh my gosh, that is so precious. So love you some bunny butts. Good, Paula. You're in good company here. They're just so cute and fluffy. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna let this dry. I'm actually gonna show you, I'll show you the iron technique on this, but let's go ahead and get our spindles attached and let this dry. We're doing good, y'all. We got 10 minutes and we're cruising right along, so we're doing good. You do not have to seal it, but if you use the Mod Podge like I just did, it will seal it for you, so that would work fine. Also, actually, what I'm gonna do, hold on, we're gonna do something. Hold this thought. I'm gonna Mod Podge the top of this. I get asked all the time about Mod Podging the top of your projects. Here's the thing about that. Sometimes I Mod Podge, sometimes I don't. Yes, Kathy, it is. I'm live on my page and in Jingle Mingle right now. So sometimes I seal them, sometimes I don't. It just kind of depends on the activity of the piece. In other words, people gonna be touching, messing with it, whatever. Maybe you want to seal it, but a lot of times I don't. Yes, replay will be available. So I'm not gonna seal the top of this just because I'm not worried about it. It'll be fine. But what I will do is seal the top of this just to make sure those bunnies are on there real good. So once you get the bottom part dry, you're just gonna do the same thing. You're gonna take your Mod Podge and we're just gonna go right over those bunnies, right over everything. You don't have to worry about only getting it on the bunnies or whatever. So we're just gonna seal the top of this, and then I'll show you guys the parchment paper thing at the very end once this is dry. Okay, so that'll just help us make sure that those bunnies get stuck to this wood and aren't gonna go anywhere. And like I said, yes, if you're selling your crafts, I think I would definitely seal them. But just for home use, I cannot remember what guide I am, Gail. You can go to the guides and scroll. I feel like I'm 5 or 6 maybe this time in the Jingle Mingle group. We've also got it linked in the description. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry for a minute, and we're gonna take our hot glue gun and we are just going to get our little spindles put down on here. You could use super glue, you could use, you know, whatever you wanted for this, but all right, so on this, I'm just gonna kind of hit a couple of these high points on the spindle where it's gonna stick. And we're just gonna put it right there like so. So stinking cute. Let it kind of sink in there for a minute. Does the Mod Podge make the ink? No, I have never had that problem with an inkjet printer and ink smearing. There have been ladies over the years that have had that problem, and I've never fully been able to figure out, it must be certain printers, certain types of ink, but for the most part, nobody, thank you, I'm guide number 6, thank you, I could not remember. Nobody, you know, really has that issue, so you should be fine, which is the nice thing about it. Now the laser printers, like what they use at UPS store and stuff, those are even better and have a least likely chance of, any of that happening, but my inkjet always looks fine. Never did anything like this before, but it looks doable for a newbie. Yes, Louise, you can totally do this. And listen, this isn't complicated, but it has several steps. We literally took this printable and we put it in a picture frame. Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Like, that's it. Put it in a picture frame, okay? It doesn't have to be complicated. This, we used a little cube from Michael's and made a little cube, easy. Printable in Mod Podge and wood, that's all you need. This one, like I said, it just required 3 supplies, basically. So it's really easy and fun, and it makes cute decor. So what's not to like about that? Okay, so we've got our spindles on. They look so cute. Now let's dry this to its full potential so I can show you guys this parchment paper trick. So one thing that can happen sometimes with Mod Podge is you can get bubbles as you're putting stuff down. No bubbles, no troubles, okay? If you got bubbles, no trouble, okay? Because we know how to fix them. You can grab a travel iron, even a regular iron will work, a crafting iron, whatever you want to use, and parchment paper. Do not use wax paper. It will melt. To repeat after me, do not use wax paper. It will melt. But let's just pretend that I had, bubbles going on in here and it was bubbling up and whatever. What I would do is I would grab my parchment paper. Yes, that 11 by 14 frame was from Target. I had to think for a minute. Grab your parchment paper, lay it down over your project. Be sure your project is dry. If you lay this on wet paint, it's gonna peel it all up, okay? Don't ask me how I know. Don't ask me if I've had that experience firsthand. This little iron is from Amazon. It's a travel iron. just on medium to high heat. You do not want to use water or steam, but then you would just take it, rub it right over there, and bam. You get this super, 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 oh, awesome, Tammy. I'm glad you're here. A super smooth finish. So we could do that same thing. Of course, I've already put my spindles down, but let's just pretend that I needed a little, oh no, I just knocked one of my spindles off. The glue wasn't dry. It's fine, we'll glue it back. But you would just do the same thing to get yourself a really smooth finish. Hold on, y'all, I gotta re-glue this. I messed her up. I went and messed her up. Shouldn't have messed with it. But anyways, that's the parchment paper trick. It really does work good. And so if Mod Podge is intimidating to you, or you've had Mod Podge troubles in the past, then I would highly, highly suggest trying that. So thank you, Lacey, for dropping the link to the supplies. Also, I forgot to say, oh my gosh, it's not too late. Will y'all share this video? Because I'm doing a giveaway. I'm doing a giveaway. We got 5 minutes for me to finish this and do the giveaway. So I am going to be gifting somebody one of the projects that I made. I will send it to you in the mail. I'll put my little signature on the back for you. So I'm going to scroll here in just a minute and pick somebody that is watching live. So share the video, please. I would appreciate that. I meant to ask you guys that and tell you in the beginning, but I got carried away. Okay. All right. So now the last thing we're going to do is just attach our little circle to the middle. We're just going to hot glue it up and get it on there. I'm trying to decide, y'all know I don't measure, but if you want to measure, then I think you should. But for me, I'm just a total rebel like that, and I ain't got no time to be measuring. Hold on, we got a code glue. We need more glue. All right, bunny butts, unite. Okay, we're just gonna eyeball this. And we have success. We have success. Oh my gosh, so stinking cute. Look at that, friends. Isn't that cute? Thank you, Patty. I'm glad you loved it. I'm so glad you loved it. Oh my gosh, y'all. This is precious. So, so cute. I'm sorry we ran out of time to do the white version of this, but literally it's the same, okay? You put your stain, you put your Vaseline, you put your white paint, you let it dry, and then you distress it with your sander, okay? So if you're doing any kind of finish on the background, totally, totally fine. Okay, let me pick a winner, and then after me, you guys, at 1 o'clock is Tracy with Print Cut Craft. So be sure to head to the Jingle Mingle Facebook group to watch Tracy. If you guys have any questions, I will be popping in on replay. Put your questions. If you watch on replay, please still talk and chat and interact and everything. Yes, it comes together so quickly and cute. And if I wasn't live and talking, you could have done that project in half the time that I just did it. So you could knock one of these out in 20 minutes, y'all. You really could, But if y'all have questions, let me know. I would love, love, love to have you guys in the printable club. You can get those bonuses, get all the cute printables. It will add so much to your spring decor. And then every month there's just new cuteness that comes out. So would love, love, love to have you. Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes. I do this little song thingy when I pick a winner. So I'm gonna do that here, and ready? And the winner is Angela Jones. Angela Jones. I'm gonna write your name down. Okay, I'm just gonna write it on my paper right here because I'm not prepared. Angela Jones. Y'all tell Angela congrats. I'm gonna send you one of my finished projects here. And thank you guys. This was so fun. Thank you. I'm glad you guys loved it. I'm so, so glad. That's our idea. You can do it tomorrow when you get everything. That works. Thank you guys. It was so fun. I loved it. I love the project. Love hanging out with you guys. Kimberly says, join, you won't regret it. I really don't think you'll regret it. We have some ladies that have literally been in the Printable Club from day one, which has been over 4 years. So clearly they're loving it. And we have, lots of newer people and stuff too, but it's a lot of fun. You get to create cute stuff. I'm live on my page doing stuff and giving you ideas as much as I can. So would love to have you guys enjoy the rest of the Jingle Mingle event. There's lots of awesome ladies coming around today and tomorrow. So be sure to check them out either while they're live or on replay. But thank you guys for watching, and we'll chat soon. Bye, friends.